As we come towards the end of our StarCraft action this morning, I would like to once again just really sincerely thank you guys for tuning in. I know I say it all the time, and I'm sure for some of you guys it's starting to sound a bit fake and boring, but we wouldn't be here without you, so thank you. Top right side of the map, he just had the Series 1-1. It's going to be the yellow Zerg player, Horror.
In the bottom right, as the red Zerg, it is Soulkey.
Ugh, and our admin is bragging about her trophy husband in chat. Actually, crank in Olimoleague. Seriously, the super adorable couple guys. And one of my favorite things is, you know, being friends with her. We interact with her quite a bit outside of like work and StarCraft, and she's just always like, he's so pretty.
Right? Like, I've never actually seen like a girlfriend, wife, just random person, unless it was about a K-pop star, be like, oh, he's so pretty. She's the first.
Crank's super adorable too, because
his new haircut or whatever actually is pretty pretty.
Well, I was gonna say really quick, I think Crank's pretty adorable too, because I love that he's got this. He made that one tweet where he's like, you know, I would die for her, blah blah blah. Like they're a good couple, man.
He's quite the romantic.
Yeah. All right, so nothing insane this game. I was really hoping to see something a little bit cheesy, but on a map like Ruins of Saras, it's totally understandable. It's one of the bigger maps, and you don't guarantee that you get that first scout to know where your opponent is. Now they do both scout each other, so it's a little funny in that regard. But for Horror, again, really want to emphasize the question mark: is he a one-trick pony? Does he have any other builds in his back pocket, or does this one just work too damn well? There was a time in HOTS where there's a player named Sanai. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but he was doing these like roach pushes with a spine crawler that looked unstoppable in every single regard. Like there just really was no Zerg player that could handle that.
I remember that.
And I mean, eventually that got phased out and people figured it out. But for now, in early Legacy, is this weird roach baneling attack like the best thing to do?
Well, maybe. I am kind of getting to that point where I'm just like, okay, Horror, what roach based all-in are you gonna do next? So I'm just waiting for that production tab to show a roach warren soon enough. It's actually a Baneling nest first for Soulkey. I mean, that is one thing that we haven't seen either. So besides like an early pull from one of these guys, we also haven't really technically seen the Ling Bling Wars. They've always been accompanied by roaches in some form, or eventually at the very least. So that could be something that Soulkey could certainly test if Horror's not going for the quickest roaches in the world, which he's not right now. You can actually try and all-in them with your own Ling-based build.
So we brought up the Olimoleague Patreon earlier, and this has been getting asked a lot lately about Patreons. Base Rate TV doesn't really, the way we operate with Base Rate TV, I don't think we really need a Patreon. Like, subscribing to the channel is essentially the Patreon we have, because all our sub money goes towards creating events and doing cool stuff for you all. Zagreb and I have our own individual Patreons, because it's the closest thing we get to, I don't know, a consistent paycheck, I guess, once a month. A couple $100 helps cover bills here and there. I mean, I don't know. The Patreon for something like the Olimoleague is a big deal. Not so much for Base Rate TV, I think. Plus, I said it before last time it was brought up, it's just way more hype when you get to like actually get to donate, have your donation read out on stream. I feel like that's just the way I'd rather operate. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. Fight has begun. We got a couple of banelings going to trade up for a couple of banelings, which leaves a lot of lings to kill two queens if Soulkey was paying attention. Or banelings running down the ramp, but not before picking up one of the queens and walking away to the hatchery.
Very nice control so far for Soulkey. They both are transitioning into something or another, so it's going to be both going for a Roach Warren, and of course both getting that third base, although Soulkey's was a little bit later. Horror did get another round of Lings, but I'm not sure how much of a counterattack there really would be, as Soulkey has saved most of his Lings with good control. And it will just be up to, once again, hey, Horror, are you going to all-in? And I think the answer is yes. No, hey, he's droning. Hey, wait a minute.
What?
No. Now, I'm going to see what's going to happen with these three more Overlords that are on the way, and the Roach Warren is barely not finished up. I'm still gonna say it. Horror's going all-in. He's going to do it. I believe it.
I really like choosing to pick up the queens. If it is going to be an all-in, you're going to need Larva to do so.
Soulkey is kind of all-inning first, though.
Ooh, hatchery is in a lot of trouble. But even if the hatchery goes down, which I don't actually should be able to save this.
It's not like a tap away, though, from 10 roaches. Yeah, while spitting at it.
Like, just looking at it.
Yeah.
What a mean glare.
So Soulkey did get a lot of roaches, and he's moving across the map, but then drones up behind it, and that might just be a mistake. Horror is also getting a lot of roaches, and if he wants to continue making roaches, well then Soulkey kind of had just just kind of wasted larva, you know? And again, that hatchery is so close to death. It certainly is. I think it would be worth to snipe it. It would only take like one attack of the roaches. Soulkey's really starting to get up there in drones. It's going to come to a point where Horror has to do an attack. If Soulkey's really macroing, I guess a lair will go up next soon enough.
I like these consistent lane run buys. Oh, good to get another queen. That's really nice. Because again, it's not just scouting, but it's keeping Horror kind of stuck at home. He sees the lair timing on it too. That was a good scout.
I mean, actually seeing a lair from Horror is really quite important, you know? Like, he's actually planning about the future. Like, what a surprise. They actually have very even army counts, and while Horror, again, might want to sack some attack on the hatchery to kill it, I mean, now it actually would be quite dedicated. He'd have to certainly deal with the consequences. Also getting an Evo chamber, he's the first one going to start at +1. Soulkey is now at that point where he has to be the one to attack and do something, as his lair is quite late now.
But a nice small shot of Fear Dragon in chat. That crazy guy is trying to do a best of 69 in about 2 hours from now. Ugh. Just the bad memories. Well, actually, I'm not gonna lie. That entire best of 69, it's not bad memories because I don't remember most of it. We're just sleep deprived.
It was like being drunk, sleep deprived, drunk, kind of similar.
I just remember that we got a lot of money raised for the players, and I hope we can do that today too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Anyways, the attack does commence, and Soulkey's got a very nice army with this. Not just in terms of having Ravagers, but his actual road scout is crazy.
It's like you don't run into your own corrosive bows, please. But yeah, Soulkey was the one this time that was putting most of his larva into roaches. He held up on the lair, he held up on the Evo chamber, and he is the one that did a dedicated attack.
Yeah, flooding lings behind this. There's no banelings to stop it. The hatchery is certainly going to go down. GG. Soulkey showing how it's done. He's like, you all in me? No, let me show you how an all-in works, friend.
Yeah.
I've been all-inning since before you were born, kid.
That was still a much more back and forth game than just a simple, like, okay, Horror decided that this game is going to go into, like, make it or break it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so small ad break, cut to commercials, and we'll see you guys soon. Alright, we're back, and there's nothing too silly happening here in the game. It's map number 4, and this could be the last one, depending on how this guy in the bottom right does. It's Freon Terraces, it was his opponent's map pick. He was really happy to see a gold-based map, apparently. Lots of smiles in chat. But we'll see how he does it. In the bottom right, it's going to be the red Zerg player, Soulkey.
In the top left, as the yellow Zerg, it's Horror.
Okay, so gold bases for the expansion, not at all surprising. I think this is pretty much standard.
Yeah, a little bit. They both go for very similar builds in the gas timings as well, so no speed benefits for either one of them. I suppose we'll go for a bailiness first. That would change things, but I don't think that's going to be the case. They're both going to scout the gold base 2 soon enough. I like how everyone has learned rather quickly to send their second overlord to the top right in Soulkey's case, bottom left in Horror's case, to check for lings or banelings that are going around the map.
Yeah, there's been a lot of situations where this sneak attack lings just kind of getting around the side have completely blindsided people to the point where it's expected now.
Yep. So now the tricky thing to do is go the other way around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
brilliant.
run through the middle of the map like some kind of crazy guy.
Yeah, funnily enough, that is kind of the way it's been going, but no one did an early pull, obviously, so they didn't really have to worry about that, and they're actually moving their overlords respectively back to the middle to scout to make sure they know what is coming through the larva of their opponent. They both get a baneling nest as well. Again, everything is really well timed for both of them. And this could go to either one doing a very dedicated ling attack or actually trying to just purely be defensive. Of course, Horror has been the more on the aggressive side, but Soulkey last game was the one that was aggressive, the one that held off on the lair. And he is the first one to start making a lot of lings, but Horror is right behind him.
Queen spitting the shatter too. I think for... Okay, well, we are going to get knife fights this game. So more links coming from both players. Really big dedications on the way. We talked about, like, we haven't seen banling lings in the series. We're going to finally, out of Horror, see what he's made of. We've seen it out of Soulkey more than enough times, versus True and many other series. So I know where Soulkey sits. We are wondering, like, how is Horror going to handle this?
So Soulkey doesn't dedicate too much to this attack and does start droning back at home. Doesn't get necessarily that bad of a hit with that baneling, but again, without more lings flooding in, he starts to pick quite a few more. He's not really going to be able to capitalize on any baneling hits. Horror is going to go for a Roach Warren, because apparently he loves that building so much.
Yeah, it's his favorite unit in the game, man.
Yeah. If he got a second gas, I would call... Oh, okay. Got a second gas, I would call all in. And he does get a second gas. So maybe that's the last round of drones. We'll see if he also makes a big burst of overlords, too, to secure the supply for roaches. Just typically what you have to do. Soulkey, takes a really bad hit, I'm going to say now, and actually will lose quite a few drones with the lings. Okay, only 2 drones with the lings, getting the last killing blow. But I was going to say, Horror should expect something like this from Horror. I said that right? Soulkey should expect this from Horror. And is trying to get the scout into the main base to see the roaches, and he will see the Roach Warren, so hey, good thing I started my Roach Warren 30 seconds ago.
So that baneling hit... I mean, killing so many lings like that isn't going to be what ends the game, but damn, that should have been so much more Soulkey has on the field right now for potential counterattacks, for cannon fodder for those roaches. Like, I'm not saying that baneling hit was unrecoverable. Ugh, wasting a baneling there, certainly lots of little things working against Soulkey, and Horror is pushing. There's no spines down for this. He's relying on his own units, and he needs every unit possible for this.
Yeah, a bit low on that money right now, but he's trying to match the roach count.
Oh, cutting off reinforcements is kind of a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, one roach at this point is pretty important, or maybe soaking up any of these banelings with the one ling.
Double kill! What
actually, really nice. Damn.
Amazing ling!
Soulkey might just want to go ahead and take some damage to his economy being able to hold. And he will take some damage, just barely splits the last second, so he'll lose his 2 drones.
Baneling did clear out most of the lings. That was a lot of what Soulkey had going for him. His worker count's not too bad with a gold base, and the roaches are going to push this back thanks to Defender's advantage.
Yeah, so 6 drones in total is not terrible, considering that they're both, once again, kind of on even footing. Even tech, mostly even drones, and both on a gold base, of course, as well. Soulkey making a lot more lings, might plan on just countering right now, and Horror did spend quite a few... minerals, larva, basically everything on a round of drones here. Soulkey could have an advantage. Certainly with these Ravagers coming in, that'll help too.
9/11, never forget that roaches beat roaches. The Queen does get picked off immediately. The Ravager count's going to be really cool to see for this because it's such a low dynamic, but like 1 or 2 corrosive vials can be huge. But the queen's going down is bad. The drones are getting pulled. Horror's panicking. He's on his last life in this tournament. He knows it. He wants to make sure he does not lose the game here, as there's no counterattack going down on the other side of the map while this goes on. Soulkey's controls looking pretty good, though. He's keeping these roaches alive. The Ling's acting to be that cannon fodder, just soaking those roach hits.
This is barely going to be enough, it looks like. Horror with a mistake and making just one too many drones.
Soulkey's got so many roaches, like 1 shot from dead, 3 shots from dead. If Horror could just get those shots in, he could start evening this up, but the Lings coming in now might be just a little bit too much. They might be that nail in the coffin that nails Horror out of the park.
I was expecting that. GG!
GG! Ladies and gentlemen, Soulkey will be your Olimoleague champion for the first Olimoleague of 2016.
How did that happen? Nothing on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day.
There's 5 Saturdays this month, so we axed the first Saturday to go for the final 4, but then we had to move yesterday's matches to today.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to go to an ad break and talk about what's going on. Again, we will elaborate a little bit on our plans for a new caster. If you guys want to stick around for after the ad break, we'll talk about that before we do our sponsor shoutouts, and we'll see you guys in a few minutes. We had Gleberp for the resub while we were coming back from the ad break, just perfectly timed for that. So let's get down to business. This is actually not just a sellout moment, but this is a very important thing to say. We've had some very fortunate things happen recently for Base Trade TV. Nothing that is really public just yet, but it does mean we're going to have a little bit more money going into the future. And Zyrium and I have run into a bit of a problem where, and I actually didn't think we'd ever get to this point, if we're going to be honest. We have enough money from our sponsors and potentially new sponsors to throw more cups than we can actually handle. Now, I know it would probably fiscally make more sense for us to try and pocket a bunch of cash, but honestly, we're still just, as crazy as it is, we're still trying to build up Base Trade TV, do the biggest, best, awesome, most crazy thing we can do while supporting the community, while supporting us, all that good stuff. So rather than put $400 in our pocket, I would really like to do 4 more like weekly cups for Chairs for Gaming, or extend Corsair to have EU cups instead of just NA in Korea. Like, there's a lot of things that we actually, coming up in the next few months, will have the money for, but we don't actually have the stamina for. We cast so much as is, and we're going to be picking up more things from other people as we go. You know, maybe take TV, throw some more tournaments. Maybe IM decides, hey, we changed our mind. You guys can community cast, what have you. Like, it's just we're already spreading ourselves pretty thin. So we talked about it a little bit last night. We don't really have a lot of information to give you guys on who because that's not something that's been locked down yet. But we are looking to bring on a third full-time caster to Base Trade TV. Somebody who is going to be part of the family that you guys would like. Like, we're not going to pick some random schmuck that we found, like, viewbotting himself on, I don't know, Twitch or something. But, like, we are actually putting... We wouldn't put someone in the family that we weren't comfortable with, I guess is the way I'm trying to phrase that. So I'm hoping that because we like this individual, you guys will as well. No major announcements right now, and I guess maybe it is a scumbag announcement of an announcement thing, but it is something that we are working towards. And just like everything we do, we want to keep you guys up to date. We want to really lock you into what's going on. So I will say to quell rumors, it's not a player. We don't have some retired player. Everyone's been so quick to jump on saying Snoot, Hawk, Scarlet, like in chat. It's not a player. It's actually a caster. And I think that makes more sense with what Base Trade TV it is. I mean, we are two people who were never pro players that just love Starcraft, and this third person is definitely in that category. So, the ideal situation would be like, again, this is not something locked in, but let's hypothesize we want to do 4 more NA Cups a month with Chairs for Gaming. We can't do that right now. Between me and Zombrio, we can't do it. But this third person could possibly do either solo cast or maybe one of us cast with this person, or we tag in, tag out. But it's a pretty big deal because it's been Rifkin and Zombrio for going on 2 years now. Which, by the way, is fucking awesome. Like, come on, man. It's a high five. You can get hype for a high five. No one's going to judge you for getting hype for a high five, okay? But
you get hype and then you high five. Buddy.
You can do both.
Please.
They're not like mutually exclusive things. You know what?
You're right, kidding. Actually.
We're going to say 2 casters. I'm getting rid of this one. No, but seriously, so hopefully we'll have really good news for you guys in the near future. I'm looking forward to it. Other than that, we are meeting with a sponsor on the
Tuesday.
12th. Yes. Like going to offices, having big discussions, and that should hopefully lead to some other really cool big things as well. TLDR, guys, lots of good stuff coming up on Base Trade TV in the near future, and I'm really excited to talk about all of it. But as with everything, until we have it finalized, I don't want to promise something we can't deliver. Speaking of delivery, pizza, we were going to cast some Papa John's show matches. Dude, that's called a 6 segue. We were going to cast some Papa John's show matches a couple days ago, but that got moved to, I believe, the new date is the 16th. Something like that. And we're doing like a VOD night on 17th, or I don't know, but we're going to have information about that. Our schedule is not something we too often tweet about, but we do often update. So if you're ever confused, you don't even need to have the bot online for it because Nightbot covers the schedule thing. If you type !schedule in chat, it will show you what's going on. EU Cups, please. Guys, what I'm talking about here is like I would love to have in our perfect world, if we had the money for it, right? 4 Korean Cups, 4 European Cups, 4 NA Cups a month. That would be awesome. We're kind of teetering close to that. We got like 4 Korean Cups through the Olimoleague. I mean, that's not us, but I mean, we're casting 4. We'd be able to put on potentially 4 Chairs for Gaming or Corsair or whoever, and like 4 EU Cups. I mean, that's the dream. That's constant content, and also means more good stuff for you guys, which is awesome. But at any rate, that pretty much wraps it up. So again, really, ears to the ground. Follow us on Twitter. Keep an eye on an update on what's going on, because I'm very excited to talk to you guys about more stuff like that. Anyways, last but not least, just a quick shout out sponsors. Bim Bam Boom, Cheers for Gaming, all these people we've been talking about so far. Corsair, we got giveaways with them going on this month. G2A, you know what to do. Buy some games. And of course, Yord is still doing a deal with us where I actually have to go confirm with them. I feel bad. I've actually meant to talk to them for like 3 days now, where we have to confirm when we're taking the money out for this. We've raised $633 in December. Anything extra we make up until February is going to add to that prize pool, and hopefully we can do something really big, really cool, and really awesome in February with that money. Oh, Albatross just up for 6 months. Albatross! Anyways, we are on a 3-minute delay, so if anyone else subs after this point and you're not getting the shout-outs because we're already offline, and I do apologize, but big love. I love the speculation in chat.
Yeah, I've been watching.
Maximus, Jack Attack, Day9,
Rotterdam.
Alright, what we should do before we go, though, is find somebody to host. So let's take a look at the Starcraft list really quick and see who is streaming. So I took a moment to do so. Oh, that big stretch you just did. I'm so jelly. I can't even see it. It's corner of my eye, but I just want to stretch so bad. So, all right. Starcraft list. We've got. I don't know who Wayne is. So nope. I don't want to host Dragon. Winter's fine on his own doing his thing. Okay, there's Roddy. There's
doing his thing.
Livy B. There's Maximus Black. Oh, this guy. I'm not gonna say who that guy's trying to be relevant again.
Oh shit.
No, okay. Livy B, Rotterdam, or Maximus. Who do you think?
When's the last time you hosted Livy B?
I don't know. Pretty occasionally, actually.
Oh, then I don't know. Two. It was two.
I don't remember. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go random.org. Okay. Okay. We'll say Roddy is 1, Livy B is 2, and Maximus Black is 3. All right.
Okay. Maximus Black.
Maximus Black. All right. So guys, hopefully you can go try Maximus Black. Actually, let's make sure he's actually playing StarCraft and not doing poker or something. Because it's his Cena Sunday apparently. John Cena Sunday. I don't know. We're gonna host him up. So enjoy the stream. If it's not StarCraft stuff, we'll swap the host to like Roddy or Livy or something. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for enjoying the stream. And whoever we host, make sure to go give them some love. We'll see you tomorrow with the Lycan League.
Bye-bye.
Oh, and last but not least, of course, again, if you're coming out tonight, please sign up on Facebook so we have an idea for what numbers are coming. So on the Bay Street TV Facebook page, you can sign up for the event tonight, which is going to be awesome. So meet up, party, expect pictures on Twitter, and we'll see you guys later. Now it's goodbye.